好，guys，我们来看一下 TPO 40的 Task 6的一个笔记示范，主要目的呢就是给大家做一个参考啊，就是我在记笔记过程中间都有哪些记笔记的习惯，都会记下哪些信息，以及在笔记补全时间或者说准备时间里面，我会怎么样去处理这些已经记下来的信息啊？哪些信息我会选择去说，哪些呢就直接略过。那么以期可以把这个框架先把它说清楚、说明白。OK， 我们先听一下这个 Task 6的一个听力音频内容。
Listen to part of a lecture from a business class.
All right, so, a good salesperson needs to know how to talk to customers effectively. Sometimes customers looking to buy products will raise concerns, things that may be keeping them from buying the product. And salespeople stand a much better chance of selling their products if they can effectively address these concerns. Let's look at a couple of strategies they use to address customers' concerns. Okay, now, one strategy is to point out something special about the product, something that outweighs the customer's concern, like a special feature. Like, say a customer's in an electronics store, and a salesperson's showing her a portable laptop computer. The customer expresses a concern, saying the computer's expensive. Well, that's true. But the salesperson can provide information to outweigh the concern about the price by pointing out how fast the computer is, how much work it can get done in a short time. This special feature may outweigh the customer's concern, convince her that it's worth the price, so she's more likely to buy it. Now, another strategy is to demonstrate something about the product. Actually use the product in front of the customer in response to a concern. Going back to the electronics store example, say the customer raises concerns about whether the laptop is portable enough, that it looks like it would be difficult to pack up and carry. Well, the salesperson could address this concern by unplugging the computer, putting it into its carrying case and slinging it over his shoulder, right in front of the customer. That is, he can demonstrate how easy it is to transport. This demonstration may help eliminate the customer's concerns about buying the computer.
All right, so actually the structure is pretty clear, right? And the sentences that the professor talked about, actually they're not really difficult to understand. So let's see what kind of information we can add to the notes that we have already taken. So in the business class, the professor talks about like two strategies that a salesperson might use to address the customer's concerns. The first strategy is by pointing out the special feature to outweigh the concern of the customer. For example, the customer in an electronic store, portable computer concern is this computer is very expensive, but a salesperson pointed out that it's really fast and how much work it can get done, so the customer might be convinced that it's worth the price. Okay, second strategy is by using the product in front of the customer. For example, the customer may raise a concern whether the computer is portable enough, and the salesperson might address this concern by plugging the computer, putting it into the carrying case, and sling it over his shoulder to demonstrate how easy it is to transport. And then the concern might be eliminated. Okay, let's try to give the sample about this task 6. While in the business class, the professor talks about two strategies a salesperson might use to address the customer's concerns and convince them buy the product. The first strategy is to point out the special feature to outweigh the customer's concern. For example, a customer is in an electronics store wanting to buy a portable laptop computer. His concern is that the computer is a little bit expensive. Then the salesperson might point out how fast the computer is, how much work it can get done, for example. Then the customer might be convinced that the computer is worth the price. The second strategy is to use the product right in front of the customer. For example, the same customer in an electronics store may raise a concern whether this computer is portable enough, and the salesperson might address this concern by unplugging the computer, putting it into the carrying case, and slinging it over his own shoulder, right in front of the customer to demonstrate how easy it is to transport. Then this concern might be successfully eliminated. OK， 那么整个的这个内容的主要的一个问题呢，我觉得并不是说它的框架不清楚，而是很可能我们在记笔记过程中间会记下很多的细节信息，因为很多的内容实际上是重复的。那么，第一个 strategy 呢，就是 by pointing out the special feature of the product to outweigh the customer's concern。第二个 strategy 呢，就是 by using the product or by demonstrating the product in front of the customer。所以这2个 strategies， 我觉得大部分同学应该能把它写下来。但是呢，这个 example 具体 elaborate 展开的部分的时候，很有可能就是因为信息过多，所以呢，内容可能说不完，有可能就说到第2点，刚说完这个框架性的信息，然后接下来时间就没有了，所以这个是要注意的地方。